Welcome back to the 15-minute podcast, the only podcast worth listening to. This is minute 37 with Brent Peesley, one of the funniest guys here in Austin.
Hello, phone.
Actually, every single person that I've interviewed, I walk with him and to the restroom, and I'm talking to him while he's pissing.
Well, you missed your opportunity.
I missed my opportunity.
I dumped a load of piss out of my ass. That is not going to refill anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
This podcast is going to like a 2-hour podcast now.
Yeah, that's good, though. Call it the 15-minute podcast, the 15-minute blackmail podcast. We'll do a cheers.
Cheers. What we're drinking here at 10:30 in the morning is 1800. It's Reposado.
Very nice.
Very good.
Yeah, very nice tequila.
I love it. Jose Cuervo, if anybody is listening, buy Jose Cuervo. Buy it by the gallon, whatever they sell it to you.
Buy a barrel of tequila and then don't talk to your family. Leave your family and buy a barrel of tequila.
Barrel of tequila. Live in Honduras.
I live in Honduras. Dude, you'll make a lot of friends. Well, they have a... I wish I knew the name of it. They have a liquor there. It's like a white... It's like a clear liquor and it's super cheap. And a guavana? No, I can't think of it. But it's super fucking strong. And it's like their hobo drink or whatever.
That's their night train or white lightning and shit.
Essentially, yeah, but it's like you buy in little containers and like one or two will get you fucking pretty good. They're dirt cheap. Anyways, it's available for any of the listeners who are interested.
It's available. You just go to a back alley in Honduras.
Go to Honduras.
Just say, I'm white, I don't know anybody, and take me to the back alley where they sell them, and they will take you there.
So I wasn't too nervous going just because I knew my girlfriend
I would have
lived
been
there.
Fucking nervous as fuck.
Dude, this is what fucking really threw me off, though, was in the airport, right before we get on the plane to go, like we're in the
to come back home or over there?
To go to Honduras.
Uh-huh.
This fucking kid, like it's like myself and my girlfriend, the only like people who aren't from Honduras on this plane, right? And this kid, it's pretty packed. It's a huge plane.
Uh-huh.
There's only one plane that leaves the U.S. to go to Honduras at this time, so it's pretty fucking packed. And this kid, maybe 2 years old, 2.5 years, starts choking on whatever he was eating, and then he just goes limp. He's like limp. His body's
in the airport.
In the airport, and the mom is trying to like smack in his chest and like trying to wake him up, and it's like really fucking tense because everyone's standing up. They're all kind of surrounded, and the grandmother goes like screams or something, slaps the mom, grabs the kid, like flips him over on her arm, and starts like wailing on his back. And I guess my girlfriend told me later that's how you're supposed to do Heimlich on like kids. And the kid, and it's like coughs real tense. It coughs whatever it is up, and then just starts like screaming. And everyone like it was like this weird moment. Like I want to help, but also only one person can do whatever it is that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And so everyone's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Is a kid gonna die right before I even like?" This is on U.S. soil. I'm not even in Honduras yet, and I've like almost watched someone die. And then that kid sat right next to me on the fucking plane and cried the whole time. And I was like, at least you're crying, man. I don't want to be sitting next to a fucking dead kid. What an awkward flight. Like, have fun in Honduras. Like, I looked to my right and just like this.
Why are there so many flies on that kid?
Why are there so many flies on this airplane? It was really fucking intense. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah, that grandma's a hero. That's,
totally. It was a great moment in terms of
shortly she was arrested for hitting the mom.
Because it wasn't Honduras, so you're not allowed to hit people here. Yeah. Even if you're in the right. Oh man. Dude, you wanna hear it? Yeah. It was
I think we all wanna hear it.
Here's a good story. I haven't told this one yet to anybody. I am like before this I was a huge person, like I don't give a fuck about ghosts. Like I don't believe in ghosts.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, and I was like adamant about it. Like it was a thing where I'm like, if they are real, they only affect people who like they
believe,
who get like ghosts seem to affect certain people.
Suckers. Yeah, that's what I like to call them. Yeah. Suckers.
Yeah, dude.
It's just like grifters. Grifters only affect suckers. That's ghosts and grifters.
That's really funny. Yeah. And so I was like, ghosts aren't fucking real, or whatever. But my girlfriend has been telling me stories about like we were staying the first night that I stayed. It was in this old German gold mine village kind of thing built in Tegus, where it was like 1600. So everything that I'm surrounded by, everything that's built, is like 450 years old, maybe even older than that, like crazy fucking old.
Wow.
And it's real fucking creepy. And we're in this house, and we like that. She's like, I think there's like an old guy that lived here. He was pretty famous or whatever. There's like a old German poet or whatever. He used to live in that house. And we were staying there, and fucking dude, I swear to God, like the stairs, I just hear like only at the top of the stairs, nowhere fucking else, like right outside our room, and there's creaks, so like you could potentially like see through them, whatever, and you just hear like that, and I'm like, fuck this shit, man, fuck this, fuck this, and the door is closed, and it's a relatively very heavy door, and sleeping with my girlfriend, and like trying to sleep, it's very hard. I open my eyes at one point, the door's wide open. I'm like, oh, my girlfriend must have just got up, go in the bathroom, whatever. And then later in the night, I feel like I can't move. I'm trying to like move.
Oh shit, that's happened to me before.
I was like frozen almost, and I try to talk, and I just go like, oh, like that. I'm like, what the
You
fuck?
try to scream.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck is going on? And then it happened again. There's a bug right here.
There's a roach. Let me take care of that.
Fuck that ghost.
I just killed a roach.
That's really funny. There's a roach on the wall. Okay, so anyways, about how I'm getting fucked by this ghost. Like, so I can't move.
Fucked by this ghost.
I don't know, dude. It was fucking real creepy.
Yeah.
And then later on, it happens again. I can't move or anything. And the next morning, my girlfriend's like, "Did you feel like frozen or like paralyzed at any point?"
And you haven't talked to.
We didn't talk about it. And I'm like, did you get up to like leave at any point? She's like, I never left. And there's another roach. That's really good.
How is this?
That's really funny.
Two of them come out when we're talking about ghosts.
Ghost. It's like in The Mummy when the beetles come out of your skin. No, and so she's like, we didn't talk about it at all, and she's like, I felt like frozen, like she used the word like paralyzed and frozen like twice throughout that night, and she never left. And I'm like, well, I saw that fucking door open. It's fucking really crazy. And then later we find out, we're talking to other people in the place, and they're like, because we're asking about it, like, what the fuck is like it was too weird for both of us to have a very similar situation around the same time. And turned to find out this German poet was fucking killed in that bed that we were sleeping in like 6 years prior, and which was, you know, creepy enough. And then like we dig more, and then slowly the story's been building. Like Whitney, my girlfriend, was there, and she was like just talking to people about it later on, and like learning more about it. It's like, this guy fucking, not only did he like get killed, the guy who killed him was like a master in like jujitsu or whatever, paralyzed him in his bed and fucking raped him.
Okay, hold on.
And then killed him with a telephone cord in his bed. And then no one found him until like a month later.
Ninjutsu master struck him where he can't move. He raped him.
And then murdered him.
And then murdered him with a telephone cord.
Yeah, and then later on, that guy got, I think, caught for it and went to jail. But that jail burnt down later that year in Honduras. It was like a huge thing. The jail burnt down, and people don't know if he escaped or not, because a lot of people burned to death, and a lot of people escaped. They were prisoners. So it was like a really weird time to be in Tegus, because it was extremely dangerous at that point. So that happened, and we're like, what the fuck? Like, this is really fucking crazy. And then later on, we find out that the poet was actually fucking diddling kids. He was a fucking child molester. So then the whole story switched, where we're like, oh fuck that guy. Like he's been touching kids. Like, fuck him. He like the bad guy is now the hero all of a sudden. Like, this is what you've been doing to children. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And so But like just the.
But then the story switches because the ninjutsu master taught him how to diddle kids.
This is how you do it right, motherfucker. And then he paralyzes him. It was like, and then like it just is like, and I've heard there's more to the story, and I haven't like, and which really fucking freaks me out. But the moment that we said paralyzed, like I just remember the person I was telling it to who like grew up in or like lived their whole life in this like complex. Their face went white, and they're just like. It's really crazy you say the word paralyzed because that's like what happened to him kind of thing. So that to me was like, that's the closest thing to a ghost I've ever fucking been near. That I'm like, fuck this shit. Like,
wow.
I never want to be, I'm not going to call it out ever again, but it was just too legitimate to like, it felt like the rest of the time we like, and part of me feels like, I don't know, in a weird way, it's like I've been told it's like having a roommate that you can't see or really talk to or whatever. But our door was closed, and in my head, like looking back, I'm like, oh, the door was closed, they couldn't come in, so that's why he was mad, and that's why he did whatever the fuck he did. So if the doors are open, and we just left all the lights on,
just like, sleep with the lights on and the doors open. In Honduras,
that is the safest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
if I'm not gonna get fucked by a real guy, I'll be fucked by a ghost.
Shit.
I don't know, but that to me is like. I still don't fucking know, but I would side to the fact that there's something that was just too weird to like. I'm not gonna diss somebody who's fucking telling a ghost story now.
I am. I still am. Well, no. What always creeps into my mind, like, well, what crept into my mind about that is, would I fuck the guy face up or face down if I had to rape a guy?
If you had to rape him?
Yeah.
Face down.
He has to be face down?
Because then you can punch him in the head.
Well, he's a poet, so...
And he was like an old guy. He was like...
He's a
68, 72-ish. Like real old. And from what I heard, it was like it was really weird to hear that second part because he was the victim the whole time that I heard the story for like... a month and a half, and it wasn't until...
Well, due process. If you're an American, he is the victim.
Well, he's the victim because he's dead, but he's not the victim because he fucked up a lot of kids. And I heard it's like, it was really creepy that like everyone knew that he would have like kids around that weren't his, which is fucking weird, but it never seemed like they couldn't prove anything. But it just was kind of known. And, and then part of that story is the guy who killed him. Everyone, like, these people knew each other, right? Mm-hmm. And the guy who killed him, his girlfriend was friends with that German guy. And he realized that he was, like, diddling kids. And he's like, you can't hang out with this dude. He's fucking diddling kids. She's like, he's not that bad. He's not that, like, bad of a person. But this other guy was, like, convinced that he was going to do something about it. So he did. He killed that guy.
He did. No, he raped them.
Yeah, he fucking raped
Look, this is the thing. Like, I find justice, that's fine. All scramble. But how do you get an erection to rape a man that's been raping children? How do you work that fucking erection? Well, I guess you're a kung fu master, so you can actually just...
you have like, that much control over your body.
Yeah.
That you can fuck an old man.
An old 60-year-old man.
I'm proving how much karate is in my veins by fucking
old man. It's the Bruce Lee 6-inch punch.
Dude, it's really fucking weird. It makes me feel uncomfortable thinking about it. Like, I don't know. That to me was like the weirdest. And then the thing is that like, so right after that happened, right after we're paralyzed or whatever, we're like, we signed up to rent this place for a week
again.
and it was like $5 a night. And we're like, well, we can't beat that, so let's just risk getting fucked by a ghost and just stay in this fucking place.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was.
It's a ghost.
And that was my first fucking night. And I'm like, fuck Honduras. Like, I see a kid almost die on the plane, and then I get fucked by a ghost.
The omens, yeah.
Like, what the fuck did I think of doing here kind of thing. I was really, like, put at it, like, a little uneasy.
It's all the signs. Then you see, like, a Rottweiler just in the edge of the forest, just looking at you.
His paws are moving away, part of the bush.
Like a stalker. Yeah. Is there any Rottweilers here in Honduras?
Well, no, actually, this one guy I stayed with, he actually had a Rottweiler. I think it was a Rottweiler. But that's a popular dog there. It's like to have a purebred dog is a status symbol in Honduras. Oh. So a lot of people go out of the way to get like a purebred Rottweiler because that's like a big fucking deal to have that. Yeah. But there's so many fucking street dogs everywhere. That's like the biggest. That's the biggest kind of curve.
Do they cook them?
You know, I fucking wouldn't doubt it. Oh, here's the story. So we would always eat at this like Chinese place in Tegus where it was $3 and it was legit more rice and chicken in a container than I've ever like. It could feed easily 6 people. And it's all in one fucking to-go container for $3, right? And the rule in Honduras is you don't go to the cheap or poor Chinese restaurants because everyone knows that there's so many stray dogs. Like, why the fuck would they not, chop them up? and my girlfriend told me her best friend said, like, the place we're eating at, while we're eating at, she's like, one time he was here and he's like, I swear I saw a cat nose in my rice. And I just kind of...
A cat what?
A cat nose.
A cat
just
nose?
The nose of a cat. And he's like, but I paid $3. So I just moved it to the side and then ate the rest. But it's... yeah, you're definitely eating a pet. But okay, here's the thing about street dogs is there's a shit ton of them there, right? Uh-huh. But they're all afraid of everybody. So...
they get eaten.
They get eaten. Everyone grows up kicking and throwing rocks at dogs. Like, that's just a thing. Everyone does.
It was like my neighborhood in the fucking 90s.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, the thing is, like, they don't have dog catchers and they don't spay and neuter. So, of course, there's stray dogs. And, like, I don't see how that couldn't happen in the U.S. if we didn't have those kind of policies where it'd be like, yeah, of course, there's just a dog around. And what are you going to fucking do about it? Like, he's coming at you. You got to throw a rock at him or kick him or whatever. And so everyone just grows up kicking and throwing rocks at these dogs. And so they're weirdly around, but they're very timid and they don't go up to people and they're not aggressive to anyone.
Kind of like raccoons.
Yeah, but they're more apparent. You're gonna see them everywhere, wherever you go. But you'll just see like a little 3-year-old who can barely walk, like go, boof, and kicking a dog, and you're like, I guess this is acceptable here. I guess
it's good luck. It's good luck. It's good luck to kick a dog.
I was teaching an English class, and it got broken up because 2 street dogs came in, and they're both one of them was called Donkey, and the other I forget the other one, and they got in a fight in the class, and so now I'm like. In English, I'm just like, just take care of this, and everyone's like screaming, running around,
placing bets. Keep that dog, I gotta go there. A little kid with a bunch of bills. He's
got a green visor on. Oh, totally. Yeah, dude, it was fucking goofy, but I mean that wasn't like a weird thing. I don't know. I fucking loved it. It was a lot of fun. I have a very small bladder. I gotta go take a piss again.
Yeah, sure, of course.
You're gonna interview me while...
Please, it's a custom. It's a fucking custom, man. I don't know why piss is funny to me. I piss on cars. I piss on buildings. I pissed on a cop building without knowing it.
Do you wanna like trade off best things we've ever pissed on? Because I've got a pretty good list myself.
I pissed on a cop car and a cop building, and then I pissed on the homeless shelter. What else? I pissed off of buildings.
I pissed on a Bentley once.
Nice.
On the handles of the driver's side.
That's what he gets for for being richer than us.
Yes, I once pissed out of a 17th story of a building out the window.
17th story.
Yeah, I felt really fucking
good. No, you got me beat by like 10 stories.
Dude, there's something great about pissing out of like a really tall thing because the stream goes out and you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
And people can see it, so then you got this weird comedic power, like how much thrust you put in your piss.
Oh.
It's really funny.
Hold on to that, sure.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Well, okay. What else you got for piss? Have you ever wet the bed with another person in it? I've done that. I've done that twice. It was funny every time.
Is it funny?
It's funny in the long game, but then it's just like...
Yeah.
First of all, you gotta blame it on the other person. Don't act like it's you. For as long as you can.
I've wet the bed, and I've had the bed wet on me.
Oh,
So
what's that? Like I've
both.
never had a wet around me before.
Huh?
I've never been wetted.
No.
What's that like?
Oh, ever take a chick home that's way too drunk to be taken home?
Never. I'm always a perfect gentleman when it comes to ladies.
Well, that's the consequence.
Oh my.
Yeah, that is a consequence of taking a drunk chick home that's too drunk to be bedded.
Here, I just brought you home so you could lie on my couch and piss it. I pissed Mikey Swenson's couch. I fell asleep on it and pissed myself.
Damn, dude. You look like a mild-mannered man. It's weird how I came in here, I offered you a beer, your eyes lit up like fucking Christmas.
Yeah,
taking fucking shots.
Well, I was thinking of
Jesus
bringing
Christ.
beer. Because to me, in my head before I even came here, I'm like, oh, it's a Jesse Lopez podcast. There's no way in hell we're not drinking.
Yeah.
So like, should I bring something, or like, what's the deal with that?
What's the protocol to Jesse Lopez podcast is just have fun, speak your mind, and fuck the Jews. Oh, did I say that out loud?
You want to know what's the funny thing? Here's the funny thing is Jew jokes don't work very well.
No, they don't. It's a
But,
shame.
well, see, here's the thing. This is where you're missing your calling. You should go to the Northeast. I grew up, Jew jokes were just like everything. Everyone always told Jew jokes.
Northeast.
At all the time, those always
No.
just classic Jew jokes. And I thought they're funny. They're hilarious.
It-
People get real uptight about it here. It's
This is the thing. It's Austin comedy. Like I know we were speaking earlier of how if you're funny in Austin, you're not funny anywhere else. Not that, but like you're not as funny.
I think, well, here's what I have to say on that. I think Austin comedy is brewing a style of comedy that's really fucking unique and interesting and worth existing in the world. But it's not all necessarily going to work throughout the whole country. You've got to be on board with what Austin comedy is to really find it very funny.
Well, it's kind of like
It's good
learning
comedy, but it's its own thing.
Well,
It's
it's kind of like learning how to write skits for Dora the Explorer or Sesame Street. Like, you cannot go elsewhere with that fucking thing unless
yeah, I mean,
you
there's
adapt.
only so many Netflix jokes you can tell before
Oh,
it becomes
God.
like a. I don't know. I think the stand-ups in Austin are very good. I think there's a lot of really good
No,
comedy in
there's
Austin.
no. You know how no.
Yeah.
This is weird. Before I moved to Brownsville, I had never met someone with a bachelor's degree. I've met about maybe 6 people with master's degrees
Yeah.
in Austin doing comedy, not just people that I meet out there and about, but I've actually met like about maybe like 5 or 6 people with master's degree doing comedy.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's a fucking shock to me. I'm like, holy shit, you know, how the fuck did you get the financial aid to do?
Well, there's enough people here willing to ruin their life for comedy.
Ruin their life for comedy, and no, that's dedication, and I see it. I see the dedication that you put into it. You obviously don't want to follow that path that you've kind of like chosen yourself before you even started getting the masters and whatever.
It's a weird thing. I don't know.
No, yeah, and it's the a lot of it is the wrong formula you're using, because if you're outside of Austin, if you're like in Dallas, shit, maybe somewhere like fucking LA, New York, Chicago, whatever, I think you would have a better grasp on it. And actually, you are one of the comics that
Thanks.
know what the fuck is up. Like you I know that you're not an Austin comic. You're a fucking comic all around.
Man, I appreciate that.
No, please. It's not the 1800 talking here.
I'm not gonna suck your dick after I give you these beers.
Cheers.
Oh, we're doing another shot of this wonderful, wonderful booze.
Oh yeah, that's like a third shot.
Well, can I tell you a weird story too?
Ooh, that's what I'm all about, man.
So I never even wanted to go to grad school. All I wanted to do was, I told my parents one day, I'm like, I just want to go to, all I want to do is be a comic. I've got...
Okay, how long have you had that dream?
Oh, well, for my whole life. Ever since I was like 5th grade, less than that.
You know,
All
I used to write comedy skits when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And then once I got out of high school, of course, I got my wife pregnant, and then life happened or whatever. I gave it up on all completely together until I moved to Austin.
Rodney Dangerfield, man. Rodney Dangerfield.
For real?
He started
He's
comedy
one of my
3
favorites.
different times. He was the first comic I ever heard.
He's my favorite.
I remember listening to a Rodney Dangerfield cassette in my dad's car, and I'm like, this is unbelievable. I didn't even know that, I didn't even know comedy was a thing. And I think I was like in 3rd grade, maybe even less than that. And I'm like, Dad, are people comedians? Like, are people comedians? Like, how do you become a comedian? He's like, I don't know. I just don't think people actually do it. It's like a thing
it's a myth.
Like, people don't do. Like, that what he's doing doesn't exist. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy that I'm listening to the proof that it does exist.
That it does exist. Yeah. I don't know.
It's like having a ghost just like rape you, and it's like ghosts don't exist, really? Then why
really?
is this?
Because I just got fucking raped by Dangerfield, and my ass is tickling. Well, it's like Dangerfield and Stephen Wright were by far my favorites when I first was and I've heard the same from Mike Birbiglia, where like he started out, and you can see it in this first album where he was a one-liner comic. He just pumps out a bunch of one-liners, and then he goes into stories. But to me now, like, I prefer to just tell stories.
Yeah, it's the best.
I think it's fucking great.
The thing is, I tell a one-liner to kind of like break the ice.
Yeah.
And then I'll go into a story,
well,
but it's really hard for me.
Yeah.
To do one-liners, I can't. All my one-liners are just racist.
I think one-liners are. I think it's good to learn how a one-liner works, like really get the dynamics and the mechanics of it. Mechanics, where then you can just sneak that into a story, because then a story is essentially a bunch of one-liners. It's progressing the story while making people laugh.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say a next sentence unless it's funny. So that's the same idea with a one-liner. Like, every sentence is either setting up a joke or the punchline. So if you're telling a story, most of my stories will have like a 30-second kind of very, not necessarily boring, but like, it's not funny. It's just like interesting.
I know,
so
and
it pulls you in.
it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard when you have like a 4-minute a timeline that you have to fit this in, and like for comedians such as yourself and other people that are storytellers, it's really hard to go into the story, because once you're in the story, if it's a 2.5-minute story, you could be half a minute in and you're like, holy shit, is it gonna work? And then you could be you could be like a minute and a half in, you're like, they're not responding, and then you only have like a minute left. I'm like, should I ruin my set by telling this story, or should I just go back to one-liners? And it's really difficult decision.
Though. I think that even if you're telling a story, you need to have a joke within the first 2 minutes that is strong, because if you don't,
I'm thinking the first 15 seconds.
Okay, like in legitimate, probably the first
like
30
first 15,
seconds.
30 seconds. Yeah, 30 seconds. Yes.
Is the most amount of setup time you're allowed to give to a joke, and then you better fucking have something that's like, oh, we're still doing comedy here. I'm not crying on stage or talking about circus. I actually have a fucking joke or whatever. Yeah, dude,
I mean, it's oh shit, man.
I don't know. It's like a thing though. I feel like now, like, I'm understanding how I want to tell. Like, I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
But like more understanding. What were we talking before then? Like Rodney Dangerfield was that, and then what was before that?
Rodney Dangerfield. We're talking about that fucking guy that I couldn't watch his fucking set.
John Mulaney.
John Mulaney. Is it John Mulaney?
So, okay. Well, let me ask you this. So, who's the first comic you remember watching, or like your first comic that you loved? Was it Dangerfield?
Dangerfield.
Oh, dude, I love Dangerfield.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've always had the soft spot for comedy, but I remember Dangerfield as the first one, and I remember watching like Evening the Improv in the 80s or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I had Cinemax.
Not
HBO.
just for porn, but for comedy.
No, that's the thing. I would not watch porn to watch comedy.
Yeah.
And as a fucking like horny fucking 11-year-old,
Yeah.
that's fucking big. And I didn't realize that until I started doing comedy. I'm like, man, you know what? Like it laughs bigger than pussy, really?
Dude, laughs are fucking unbelievable. To make a full room of people laugh, you can't. There's no pussy that's good. There's no orgasm that's better than making a bunch
I beg to differ.
You've never had your dick bit.
Yeah.
Fingers up your ass.
Fingers up my ass. Unfortunately, that has happened to me.
It's a weird way to break up with someone. You get one last time.
Oh, God. For the audience here, I shared something embarrassing to me.
For the people that usually start with part 2.
It's the fingers in the booty shit. It's like, Jesus Christ. Fingers in the booty.
What was the first good joke you remember writing? And what was the first time you remember performing? What was that like? What was your first time?
The first time I performed, it was at Conan's Pizza open mic on Monday.
For those who don't know, that was the worst mic I've ever heard.
No, the first.
The worst. No, I'm not stuttering. The worst.
No, what the fuck?
Was it good? Well, who's host? Was that Cody Greenlee who was hosting?
No, Cody Greenlee actually was the one that said a joke about rape that shut it down.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, but this is the thing. He's got
a great history.
No, but yeah. He actually defended like the thing about not talking about rape. Some guy just heard the word rape though.
Dude, people go crazy.
No, yeah, he was actually saying like, no, it's a joke about not talking about rape, and he was agreeing with not talking about rape. Mm-hmm. Some guy on his way, he had like 2 pizzas in his hand. He was walking out, and he heard the word rape. And he came back and he's like yelling, "You shouldn't talk about rape. Me and my girlfriend got raped and blah blah blah." And it was fucking fucked up.
I got raped by a ghost, man. I went to Honduras. It's not fucking cool, brother. Triggers.
An English karate poet, man. No, but
that's so funny.
No, he made a fucking huge thing. He wrote like the general manager an email, everything, and that's what Cody Greenlee. If you're listening to it, you're a fucking worthless piece of shit. Nobody likes
Cody.
you.
I love Cody,
fuck that
man.
guy, dude.
No,
he's always gonna
Cody.
be a tubby little fuck that everybody picks on because he's a worthless piece of shit.
Cody's great. I love Cody.
Fuck him.
Well, here's one of my favorite
Fuck
jokes of
that guy.
Cody's that he doesn't tell it anymore either. I think it's so good. He's like, I remember the first time I did comedy. He goes, this is a great tie-in. First time I ever did comedy, I was in Houston, and 2 people got shot. You know, but I had to teach those old people a lesson for leaving early. That was so fucking
That's really funny.
That's a great fucking joke, man. I think that's a good joke.
Yeah, by the way, Cody Green is not funny.
I like Cody, man. I think Cody's funny. I like Cody. I think Cody's very funny. Yeah. Dude, I had to do a fucking set at a fucking donut shop, and it was a nightmare. Like, there's a lot of people, lights are full blast, and people just coming in and leaving. So there's no one there that's consistent. And the people that are there consistent.
Was it Voodoo Donuts?
I'm not gonna say that, but yes.
I did I think it was like a 15-20 minute set, something around there.
At that place?
Yeah, it was hard as shit. It was fucking hard.
Terrible. It's fucking because no one's drinking. It's a Saturday night. It's late.
Yeah.
So they should be drinking, but it's families, weirdly enough. And I just remember thinking, I wish I had said it like, hey, if anyone ever tells you that you're funny and you should do comedy, tell them like, no, I know it leads to donut shops. And I'm never gonna fucking put myself through that. But so Cody was there, and like, there's a weird thing where it's like, just get through your fucking time. It's a weird, like, it was a weird moment for me because I had this moment of realization, like, oh, I'm willing to just stand in front of people and talk at them, even if they're not listening or give a fuck, and just keep continuing.
Did you get booked for it? Did you get booked? Like,
no, I showed up. I showed up, and one of the hosts gave me his spot, which was surprising, but I understood later. Why the fuck would you ever want to tell a joke in that place?
Yeah, no, I this is my rule. I don't get paid, that's fine. But if I get booked and somebody's like, hey, 10 o'clock, we're gonna start a show. You're third, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You do your best you can. You fucking work the crowd. If it's an open mic, shit, no, you could fucking take out your dick and piss on the front row.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's an open mic. Fuck them.
Yeah.
But if you
have this, treat it like a show and be a thing, then it's legit.
No, yeah. If you're asked to it previously, even if it's like an open mic but email sign up, you fucking treat it like a show. And what I don't understand is a lot of these people are fucking. Goddamn, I'm not gonna mention any names because I know that we talked about this. We don't want to mention any names, but they show up and they'll be like, "Well, there's only like 7 people in the audience," and they leave and they'll be like, "They can't do this." They fucking leave. I'm like, dude, you already in a fucking set thing. Your face is maybe in the fucking poster. You can't do that shit. And I feel, I feel that's like the lowest fucking criminal in the comedy scene. The guy that doesn't fucking...
I think it's criminal to not treat a showcase like it's a showcase. So if I'm told that it's a showcase...
It's a showcase.
Even if it's a bullshit thing. Like, I was telling you, we were talking about this earlier, where one of the best shows that I think I ever did was the Heckle Factory in San Marcos. It used to be a club that's not there anymore. Back alley.
Yeah, that was good.
And Lawson Bennett and Jimmy. What was the other guy?
Jimmy Preston.
Jimmy Preston.
I forget his last name. Jimmy Preston.
Yeah, it had a great show where basically you do a minute of comedy, 2 minutes of comedy, and then the audience has free reign to just heckle you while you have to finish your 5-minute set. And there's only one couple. There's only 2 people in the audience, and then it was comics. And it was my favorite night of comedy that I can think of. Like recently, like it was so much fucking fun. Like it was fucking unbelievable. And that's like 2 people, but everyone treated it like it was a thing. And that's what you have to do. Like if you don't treat it like it's a thing, you just fucked your show.
Yeah.
Now it's a bullshit thing.
Yeah,
now it's an open mic.
No, yeah, and I understand open mics, but if you sign up for anything. You do your fucking best. Even if people aren't paying attention.
Even if the comics have heard these jokes before.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to prove. Yeah.
I was at a show, and it's... well, you know what? Let's fuck it. It's a Tellers. It's a bar between 6th and 7th
I heard
Street.
About this.
Tellers. Yeah, it's kind of like in the same block.
Tellers?
It's the same block at Mugshots. It's kind of like right there.
Okay, I don't know. But
well, 2 times. 2 fucking comics. I'm not mentioning their fucking faggot names, but they're fucking... Dude, we were there.
You seem very aggressive
fuck
about this.
Fuck them. No, fuck them, really.
Yeah.
It's fucking... I wish I... Shit, I wish I could fucking just lay a fucking sledgehammer to their fucking heads.
You didn't appreciate the opportunity to tell a dick joke in front of strangers! And then you just slam them in the face.
And then,
You never waste an opportunity for a dick joke!
Yeah.
Take out your knees.
I tie him to a chair and I'm dancing with a gas can.
And then some guy walking out like in a wheelchair like, I didn't appreciate the opportunity I had to tell dick jokes.
No, but both times there was one comic that looked at the crowd. There's 4 people. There's 7 people.
Yeah.
Walked off, and around right before the first comic went up, and right around the first comic got off. Dude, there was like fucking 10 people going in because they're all waiting for a band. And we had a fucking great show both fucking times. Like a great crowd. Fucking attentive, laughing, everything. I mean, I had some of the fucking greatest times that I've had on stage.
Nice.
Both those nights,
Very cool.
Both different nights too.
What show was this? Or
Tellers.
Oh, Tellers. Okay, I'll have to look at it.
And last time it wasn't as good, but hey, man, you can't win them all, you know.
Yeah.
But no, and I was like, fuck, man, like these fucking people missed out just because they went upstairs. They look at the crowd. They're like, nah, man. I can't do this. And so your face is always on the fucking poster. Don't be a fucking pussy and
you forget
good.
how much that this is a fucking cool thing that we're doing. Like when I was in Honduras, I'm like, man, I fucking miss stand up. Like I can't even do it here. It's not even a thing that exists, so I'm not gonna fucking waste.
Not even fucking Honduras. Hey, what about the rutabagas that didn't come
here's
out?
The thing though, dude,
or
I
whatever
totally
they
would. I
farmed.
totally would. I would like do stand up on people who couldn't understand me.
Well, the children were laughing at you. The children, 3-year-old
I
children
gave
were
up trying to
laughing
learn
at you.
Spanish at a certain point, and I just talk in English. Like, hey man, you guys watching the Bills game on Thursday? Like
Christ.
Rex Ryan, and these kids are like, and then someone told me to say like, "Me está hablando en chino." Like,
Me está hablando en chino.
Like,
That means you're speaking in Chinese.
Yeah, so I would say something in English, and then or I would say something in Spanish, and they would respond in Spanish, and then I would go, "You're speaking Chinese to me." And I thought that was so funny. I do it all the time. Like, or just at a certain point, I would just give up trying to speak Spanish to people. We were like thrift shopping, and I lost my girlfriend. And I like in the street, so I just walk into a store and they're like, "Sir, we need to take your backpack," but in Spanish. And I just go, "My girlfriend's here! I need to see my girlfriend!" I just shout it, and they just go like, "Okay, like, you're free." Like, you obviously don't know what the fuck
They were
is
gonna
going on.
inspect your backpack?
They want to keep the backpacks because they're worried of people stealing or whatever at like thrift stores and stuff. So I would just say, "My girlfriend's here. I'm trying to find my girlfriend." Or so I'd just be like, mi amor, está aquí." And then they'd be like, okay, this guy is fucking clueless. And it's like free range, so like blank check to just do whatever.
Novia. No,
Yeah,
girlfriend is
mi
novia.
novia,
Mi
mi
novia.
Yeah, I'll go up to the guy and be like, I grab him by the collar. Mi novia.
Mi novia. Yo le pongo los dedos en la panocha.
I mean, I don't know what that means, but I would say that.
For those of you who don't didn't understand that, dedos in the panocha. Look it up.
I gotta pee again. Are you gonna record?
Nah, fine. We're gonna take a fucking break here.
One more quick break and
41 minutes.
Nice.
Shit, man.
I got
This
20
is
more minutes before my
this has been the Jesse Lopez 15-minute podcast.